What is entrepreneurship? What are the benefits that come with entrepreneurship? One of the major benefits that comes with entrepreneurship is the creation of jobs, creation of employment. Who does create employment? The focus mainly has been people thinking that governments, politicians have got to provide employment for them. But the reality is, in as much as a lot of people are focusing on looking for employment, very few people are focusing on creating employment. Who are the people who are going to create employment going forward? We've got to critically realize and understand that up until we've got great men and women who are prepared to be entrepreneurs, who are prepared to be business people, who are prepared to start and run successful companies, there's never going to be anyone who's going to create employment. We are faced with a pandemic to do with COVID-19. Whilst a lot of people, scientists included, are running around looking for the vaccine that is going to provide a solution to COVID-19, there's going to be world recession. A lot of companies are going to close. A lot of people are going to lose jobs. People need to change their mentality, the way they think. People need to understand that it's only through entrepreneurship that we are going to revive companies, that we are going to start and run successful companies. Entrepreneurship is going to provide and create employment. People look to governments, people look to politicians, but I've often joked to people and say, how can you look up to a president who is also employed? How can you look up to politicians who have received mandates from those that vote them to offices? Presidents all over the world, members of parliament all over the world, politicians all over the world are provided employment by the people. And they've got limited terms. All constitutions all over the world provide limited tenures to politicians. I'm not talking politics here. I'm talking about the need for people to realize that entrepreneurship creates employment. And people have got to be daring. People have got to be bold. They've got to go out there to start and run successful companies. Do not look up to politicians to provide employment for you. Because if at all, they are worried about their own employment. They've looked up to governments. They've gone into politics to look for employment. Entrepreneurs, business owners create employment. It's high time we've got to change our mentality. It's high time we've got to change our mindset, look up to ourselves, start and run businesses, provide employment whilst others are looking for employment. Change the way you think. You need to start thinking like somebody who has realized that it's only after people have started to run successful enterprises, successful businesses, successful entrepreneurship provides employment. Entrepreneurship provides employment to individuals, provides employment to societies, provides employment to nations, provides employment to countries. We've got to focus on that, understand that it's only when we have started to run successful companies are we able to do something in as far as creation of employment is concerned. A lot of people are always worried about why governments have failed to provide adequate employment. Very few are focusing on what is it that they can do to provide employment through entrepreneurship. Get involved in running your own business. come to the realization that it's only when we are running so many successful businesses that's when we are able to provide employment for countries, for people, for nations, for societies. Let's create employment. Let's realize that we need to start looking at creating employment rather than always looking for jobs.